Welcome back to Meg Magazine's Electronics course. This lab is entitled Loudspeaker Destruction. Now, this is a speaker, not one that I'm using, the one that I use in my labs, but it's a speaker nonetheless. So, it's one that I don't use very often. I've never even used it. I don't plan on using it, so that's why I'm using this. This is not really a destruction. It's more of a learning experience about how these speakers work, using our newfound knowledge of inductance. Electromagnetism. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this knife to cut it open, and we're going to take a look inside and see what's going on in there. It's purely for understanding. We're not actually destroying it, we're understanding it, is the way to put it. We are going to break it, and it's never going to work again, though. So first what I'm going to do, there's this little, drum right here, you could say. Here, just a moment. There we go. So we got this little drum right here. That's better. Sorry. Okay, we got this little drum right here. It can bend. It pulses. If there's a lot of bass going through it, you'll see it vibrate. This is just a cover, though. Well, it's not just a cover, it's a little film, but we're going to see what's going on behind it. So, I'm just going to cut around it. Carefully going in there so I don't break everything. Just making a mess. But that happens. Just a moment. And now we gotta cut around the center ring too. So. It's not coming out very cleanly. I'm working on that. Need to get these wires off. These little bumps there were wires. Just wanted to get them off. Okay, I don't want to take that out quite yet. Just blowing the stuff away. A lot of dirt got kicked up here. So, as we can see, well, we've got this little thing, but there's a little mesh in there too. What we removed there is called the cone. So now we're going to remove what's called the neck. Just a moment. I need to figure out how to remove the neck. Okay, I need to cut it again. So, it's actually like a hard cloth in here. I'm not going to cut it. I'm more inclined to just rip it. Get a little tear in there, then we're going to rip it out. Okay, probably could have done it a bit more carefully, but I didn't. Whatever. It's not like we're going to use it anyway. So here we can see we got a very finely wound copper coil, very finely wound. You may not even notice that it's copper coil, but I guarantee you that this is a copper coil. It's very, very thin wire right there, and that's important. It creates the electromagnetic field. It creates a pulsating electromagnetic field. We're going to see why that's important in just a moment. So we're going to keep removing stuff, and right there in the middle, I'm going to keep that away from the camera. That's a magnet. to figure out how to get that out of there. Actually, 2 magnets in the base of the speaker, and the copper coil is is particularly fit in between that. Now this is going to be great to take out, isn't it? Let me get a non-magnetic screwdriver or something non-magnetic really quickly. It's very important to do that when you're taking out the magnets. If you don't have it, it's just very difficult and kind of annoying. You can do it without it, but it's just not ideal. Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna work on this one. It will stick to the magnet, but I'm just gonna pretend it isn't. It's proving difficult. Huh. So what's happening here is I'm going to explain what's happening here, given that I can't get that out right now. It'll take some time and effort, and that'll take a decent amount of time. So what's going on here is, the 2 ends of this copper coil, this little copper coil here, what they're doing is they're receiving power through these 2 terminals over here, these 2 wires. But this copper coil is sitting very carefully in the groove between these 2 magnets. And this inner magnet, and there's an outer magnet there. And so what it does, what happens there is the coil reacts to the voltage fluctuations, like this receives a voltage fluctuation, or a frequency, well, not really, but it receives a voltage fluctuation. And based on that amount, a coil goes up and down different amounts, and that pushes that drum up and down, and that creates sound waves. It pushes it very quickly, and that's what sound waves are. It's just rapid pulses of well, not energy, but energy moving through something in a wave, and pulses. And it vibrates the cone of the speaker. That cone is very important. You don't have the cone, you don't have any sound, or not much sound, and that's your speaker, really. And it just uses the principles of electromagnetism, and very, very fine. This is very fine wire. That's key in this, because the fine wire is going to react much more. Is going to be much more sensitive. So it's going to be much more powerful electromagnetic, resistance. We also use a magnet here, so we get even more. So it's really important to have that magnet in there, and I think it's probably glued in, so it's not going to come out. I'm just going to throw this part away. It's heavy, and I kind of do want. You know what? I'm going to try to get the magnet out, but that's not going to be done on camera. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. That's all for this time. Thanks.